This is what happens when you trade with God. The man who tells it says, "We used to raise sheep, and when they grew big and fat, we would take them to the market to sell." The market was far from where we lived. One day, I needed money, so I went to check on the sheep. I only found one sheep fit for selling. It was large and fat. If it weren't for my urgent need for money, I wouldn't have gone all that distance just for a single sheep. So I took the sheep and set out on my way. The road was rough, and as I was walking, I met a man from another village who had many sheep with him. I asked him, "Where are you going?" He replied, "To the market to sell these sheep." I said, "I'm heading to the market too." We walked together. He had more than 10 sheep, and I had only one. On the way, we saw a tent. I said to him, "Let's go there and rest a little." He agreed. When we reached the tent, we found 3 hungry children outside. They looked very poor. I asked them, "Where is your father?" They replied, "He went away. Our mother gave birth yesterday, and we have nothing to eat." So I turned to my companion and said, "What do you think if we slaughter one of your sheep to feed them? We'll share the cost half and half." He refused and said, "I will not slaughter one of my sheep. If you want, slaughter yours." I said, "Then I will slaughter mine, for I cannot leave these children like this." So I slaughtered my only sheep, cooked the meat, and fed the children and their mother. They were overjoyed, truly happy, and so grateful. My companion and I also ate dinner, and I hung up the rest of the meat to carry with me. As we continued on our way, I said to my companion, "I no longer need to go to the market. I will visit a relative who lives nearby." When I reached my relative, he welcomed me warmly. I asked him to lend me some money to buy what my children needed. That night, I went out far from the tent to relieve myself. As I was walking, I saw something on the ground that looked like a piece of leather. I picked it up, and it turned out to be a cloth bag. Inside, I found pieces of gold. I took it and remembered what I had done for those poor children. I felt that God had rewarded me with something far greater than what I had given. The next morning, when I was about to leave, my relative gave me the money I had asked for. I told him I no longer need it. Then I took out 5 pieces of gold and gave them to him. He was shocked and asked, "What is this?" I replied, "It is sustenance that God has granted us." I went to the market, bought what my children needed, and on my way back, I met my companion. He looked sad and worried. I asked him, "Did you sell your sheep?" He said, "No." Then he told me that on his way, heavy rain had fallen, floods rushed through the valley, and though he managed to save himself, all his sheep were swept away. Indeed, this is trading with God. Moral lesson: whoever gives for the sake of God will never lose. Acts of kindness protect from misfortune, and God never forgets those who show mercy to His creation. What you sacrifice for God's sake will return to you multiplied in ways you could never imagine. Sometimes the smallest sacrifice brings the greatest reward from God. If you believe that God rewards those who give, comment with Amen. Stay blessed.